Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment, share. If you guys really want to help, please share these videos around on social media. It really does help the channel. And if you want to try to get yourself a mug, sticker, or tote bag, or exclusive giveaway, you can join my Patreon. Link will be in the description down below. And stay tuned for my live streams because I do giveaways often. And coming in at number 5. Yes, the brushed chrome is probably the best lighter you are going to use. I busted out my old 2001 Niagara Falls. Brushed chrome finish is what you're going to want to use, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because these scratches give automatic grip. Give automatic grip for tricks. It makes everything very easier. You're going to want to definitely use a brushed chrome. And chrome tend to be cheaper than a brushed brass and everything like that. So for cheapness, durability, grip, everything you're going to want to get started on, I suggest you start off with number 5 first. Start off with a brushed chrome finish, not a high polished chrome. You can start off with a high polished chrome, but it is very slippery. And when it's cold too, you're not going to be able to grip it well. You're not going to do, like once you get more advanced and you practice more, you are going to be able to do tricks with a high polished chrome. But if you're just starting off and you're practicing and you want something grippy, start with a brushed chrome. Now, coming in at number 4, what we have here is we are going to get rid of the Niagara Falls brushed chrome. And now I'm going to show you what you should probably start off with if you have a little more money or you're not concerned about what tarnish looks like. I know some people hate tarnished brass, and this is what your Zippo is going to look like if you trick on it and it's brass. Brushed brass is going to be your best to trick on. It is the grippiest thing. There's nothing better. This was a high polished brass. It's also from the 90s. So is this one. These are some old lighters. I got this one from Dependable Flame. This one from Zippo Daily Fix. This is a brush. You can see the brushing going across here. It's an old brush, and this is a high polish. You can see it doesn't have any of the brushing marks or anything like that. It's just got natural tarnish and scratches all over. This is also probably, like, when you start off with a high polish and it gets to this state, this is probably going to be the best bet you're ever going to use for tricking. The tarnish gives it extreme grip like you wouldn't believe. That's why I prefer brass lighters for tricking, is because once they tarnish, the grip you get is unlike a chrome. A chrome will still slip. Like when you're using this and everything like that, because it doesn't get tarnish on it, it's losing that layer of grip. It's losing that texture. Like a chrome is great and everything, but as time goes on, you're gonna notice a brass is the best for tricking. So you should get yourself a brushed brass Zippo for sure to do your tricking on. And I don't trick on these or anything. I just wanted to show the patinas and the tarnishes and the finishes and the difference between old brushed and old high polish, just so you had an idea and it was something we could talk about and discuss. So now let's move on. For number 3, we're going to start getting into styles now. Like now we know what finishes we want to use when we're tricking. We want to use brushed finishes. We want to use brass over chrome, even though chrome is still good. I'm just saying you're probably going to prefer brass over chrome. But if you're a chrome guy, you stick with your chrome. It's not a big deal. This video is for everybody. So now that we talked about what style of finishes you need, let's talk about what style shape of Zippos you're going to need. So for number 3, I decided that your Armor Zippo is a great trickster. This was a high polished chrome at one point. I modified it and customized it, and this was a high polish brass. So the high polished brass, you could see once it tarnishes and you wear off all the coating and everything's good, this thing is just beautiful. I absolutely love the look of this. Now, the reason why I chose the Armor Zippos for number 3 is because the hinge isn't upgraded on them. The hinge isn't strong enough to support them for tricks. I broke all my armors I ever owned doing tricks on them because the hinge is so weak. Now, this one survived because I put it away in time, and then I taught myself how to fix the hinge, and then I fixed the hinge and it was fine. This one was my everyday carry for too long. That's why the hinge is broken on it. I have to send it in for a completely brand new hinge. Since it's solid brass though, I might just do it myself and buff it. I have hinges. I'm probably just going to do that. I'll make a video, show everyone how to solder it. That's a good idea. But so When it comes to the armors, they feel great. They spin great when you're doing tricks with them. I don't want to do it that because the hinge is still broken. They spin great when you do tricks with them because of the weight. The added weight makes them a little easier to maneuver for tricks. Absolutely love these Zippos, armor Zippos. I can't really pull off a lot of tricks right now because these are cold. When it's cold, it's really hard to grip. It's really hard to grip. They kind of got to be a little warmed up for you to get grippy on them. So that is why armors only made it to number 3. They didn't make it higher on the list just because of the faulty hinge. When the armor gets an upgraded hinge, I think it will be the number 1 best Zippo to trick on. Like I said, the extra weight makes it easier to spin and do flipping tricks between your fingers and things like that. It's really good Zippo for tricking. So now we will move on to number 2. Okay, so for number 2, there is going to be no better Zippo to do tricks on than a 41 replica. But the problem with doing tricks on the 41 replica is the rounded top does make it harder to do some tricks like the gun, and the reverse gun is extremely hard to pull off. It is doable, but it is hard to pull off on a 41. It takes a little more practice than usual. But the flat edges make it very desirable also too for tricking. It really helps you with your stability and knowing where you are and hand placement and everything like that. I did a lot of tricking on the 41. Now, another reason why the 41 makes it number 2 and a little more higher on the list is because, like I mentioned, for the armor Zippos in number 3, the hinge needs to be upgraded for those to be at a higher spot, because the armor Zippo should be number 1. But the reason why I picked this for number 2 is because this 4-barrel hinge, man, is tough. It's just so durable. Look at all the tricking I've done on this. There's only a little bit of a gap there, a big dent on the lid. But look at this. Still tight. I've never actually adjusted this Zippo. I never tried to tighten the hinge on this. You probably know my hinge tightening videos, and you see a lot of them, and you're like, oh, this guy can fix all his hinges. I don't have to fix all my hinges, though. You know what I mean? I just do that when I need to. Look at this 41. Look. No play. I can't move it without moving the case. Like, there's no play on that. And this thing has been tricked hard. You could see the wear and tear and the wars this has been through. The many drops on the lid. It's got an underbite, like lid gap here. Like I said, big dent here. But look, that hinge is still like the day I opened it. Look at that. Tight. Man, I'm telling you, Zippo, make an Armor 41. Please make an Armor 41. Okay? It would be the best tricking Zippo there ever was. And just one of the best Zippos there are, too. I absolutely love these 41s. I stand by them. The 4-barrel hinge is your best bet. Nothing lasts longer than a 4-barrel hinge. So that is why I hold the 41 in such high regards. And I hope you all do, too. And I will see you at number 1. All right, everybody, so it's time to get to number 1. Number 1, what is the best Zippo for practicing tricks on? And my friends, there is going to be no better Zippo to practice on for beginners than a vintage look brushed brass or brushed chrome. I have 2 of them right here. This one has a brass pipe insert in it. I plan to do some customizing and selling this one. But as you can see, it's got fingerprints all over it now. I'll have to buff it. But anyways, so the reason why I picked the vintage looks as number 1, and you guys are probably all shocked too, like I mentioned for the 41, the curvature on the corners up here makes it very hard to do tricks for beginners. When you get good at tricks, it will mean nothing to have the curvature. It's not a big deal. But when you're just getting into tricks and you're just getting started, and this is something you want to do because you want to pull them off and you want to have fun and you want to know how to use your Zippo in every aspect, right? I see why people like the tricks. I love doing the tricks. The reason why is because it's completely square. I'm not going to do it on this one. This is actually the one from my intro. You could see I dropped it and it too has an underbite. But so this is the one where I twirl it all through my hands in the video and do all the funny spins with it. There's nothing better, man. I'm telling you, there's nothing more better, more grippy than a vintage look Zippo. The complete squareness, it makes it completely much easier to do tricks, because especially when you're doing the gun, right? Like, it's completely square. Your finger's not sliding off the roundness, and you're just able to push it. I absolutely love these Zippos. The problem is, though, same thing as all other Zippos, it suffers from having a 5-barrel hinge. So the new 5-barrel hinge is notoriously weak. The old 5-barrel hinge is notoriously strong. Like I said, this is a brand new Zippo. Yes, it's got a few scratches on it. That's for me placing it in my thing and holding it against other Zippos I didn't have in the box. My bad. But look, brand new hinge. Look, that's how much it moves. Opens all the way. Brand new hinge. And Stokes, one of 250. I've only ever opened it twice. This is going to be the third time now. Same thing. Loose hinge. Opens all the way. Now, let me show you what a Zippo from the late 1960s, brand new in box. Let me show you how it opens. Let me show you how it opens. 5-barrel hinge. Look at that. Doesn't even open all the way. Absolutely no play on the lid. None. It is complete. And you can see it's brand new. Never been struck. It's late 60s Niagara Falls. And look at the lid will open all the way if I push it. Like, it opens all the way like a regular Zippo. But that's how tight the hinge used to come. Back when Zippo used to make extremely high quality products. Now they just make a great quality product. Things have changed. So anyways, guys, that is why I chose the vintage look. #1 spot. If you want to get into tricks, get yourself a vintage look. Get yourself all the models I showed you here. Practice on them all. See what you like. Mention down below in the comments, what's your favorite Zippo to trick on? All right, everybody, take care. Thanks for tuning into the video. I will see you in the next one.